what's going on, everybody?
Hi, friends. And others.
And others.
And others
Hello,
associated.
friends and most people who we hate.
Yeah, hello, friends, and I don't know. Carl.
Everybody else. Steve.
Wait, but Steve's a friend.
Is he, though? Is he?
You know, not that
Is
you
he
mention
a friend?
it. Not that you mention it, I can't prove or disprove this theory.
When was the last time Steve ever did anything for you? Just think about it.
Huh. Guess you're right.
Anyway,
Trey.
we've been up to lots of things since our last.
Yeah, since the last time we saw each other. One big thing, you can talk about it. I'm mostly just jealous because my baked potato can't run it. But how's Monster Hunter?
It's good. It's real good. I'm pretty sure the networking on that game was made by actual chimpanzees, but the meat of the game is a lot of fun. Like for those who don't know, Monster Hunter is all like a long running Capcom series. It's, if you want to know what it described, like if you want me to describe it, it's you hunt monsters and then you wear their skins. And that's the whole game. There's nothing else. That's the entire thing. But it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun just hunting the monsters, especially with friends. We fought a really strong one yesterday that took me Trav and Zen quite a while to beat. It was a lot of fun. It was a lightning horse. It had a bunch of lightning attacks. It was really cool. What?
I was going to say, I saw Zen get tilted. What is it? He posted after. It gives you a cloak of lightning resistance after you beat it.
Yep, we beat it, and then it gives you a cloak of lightning resistance. Because like when he's enraged, he's invulnerable to all attacks, and he just starts tohoing the entire arena.
Oh, good.
With lightning bolts. So you're just
good. Good.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. I really enjoy the game, because it's basically, you just hunt monsters and play dress up. You just get their stuff, and then you get progressively more and more powerful, and then you get more and more systems to unlock. Like, there's a lot of systems in the game that they don't do a great job of explaining to you, but if you played any of the other Monster Hunter games, you kind of understand it. But a lot of it is about like preparation. You find out what the monster is weak to. You find out like where its hunting ground is. You have to track them. You have to track the monsters down. You find out what they're weak to, and you find out what their attack types are, so you can like make armor that's resistant to it. And then you like eat food that gives you buffs, and then you like craft different types of buffs that you can give yourself to make the hunts easier. Like I said, there's a lot of moving parts for like a simple concept, because you're literally just hunting monsters. It's not like there's a story in the game, and I don't give a crap about it. I I wish I could skip cutscenes, because you can't. And that's really frustrating, because I don't care. I don't care about the story. I just want to hunt monsters. I want to hunt dragons. I want to jump on that dragon's back, and I want to stab it with my big axe.
Yeah, you gotta you got a dragon axe.
I gotta ask him a question.
Gotta axe.
Axe. It's a funny joke. Joke. Thanks for sticking with us, guys.
It's been real.
It's been real. But it's a fun game. I wish your computer could handle it, because it's a fun game. I will say, my computer is not great, but I have a good graphics card, and that's it. Like, my processor is pretty meh.
Yeah. Well, what processor are you running? Because the processor...
Core i5.
Yeah, see, I'm running an AMD FX 4300. Mm-hmm. So it's like an old quad core. And I looked, and in that series, the FX series, they said that the bare minimum you need the 6300 to play. But okay. I'm sure I could like cap it or something.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I don't know. I'm buying a Switch. So,
okay. Yeah, no, you were talking to me about that.
Yeah, no, we were talking about it, and the more I looked... So, okay, hear me out. Breath of the Wild you can get a copy of Breath of the Wild for $35 right now.
Can you really?
Yeah, I think it's used, but, I mean,
whatever. It's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, and it's a cartridge game, so it's not like a disc where it's going to be scratched to shit or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I could get, like, that and Octopath, and a Switch, which will have more games, including that new Fire Emblem game, and new Smash Bros, let's be real.
Oh my god, new Smash Bros.
Oh boy, yeah.
That's gonna be that new hotness.
Yeah, no, we're just coming off the wings of, like, the King K. Rool reveal.
Mm-hmm, yep, King K. Rool and, frickin' Simon Belmont.
Simon, Richter, K. Rool, Dark Samus, just, ooh.
Yeah. Crom, that meme's dead now.
Yeah. I love the picture. It's like, dude, Crom just sent this picture to Captain Falcon as the "I lived, bitch" meme.
It's great. I love. I'm so excited. There's a lot of shit that I'm excited about that game, like the fact that you can literally use it as an MP3 player, which I think is hilarious. But even more fun, I think, is that you can like basically make like a special, like you can turn your Final Smashes into a meter that you can fill up by fighting.
Yeah, so do it like cool. PlayStation All-Star style.
Yeah, but or like any fighting game where that has like a special attacks. Like you just have a meter that you fill up. I have to see how balanced it is because it could potentially be a complete game changer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, let's be real. People are still going to turn Final Smashes off.
Maybe it just depends on how balanced. Because I heard they're weaker versions of Final Smashes, so they won't one shot you. So they're literally just special moves that you can charge up. So that's why I'm curious. Like if all the Final Smashes are because they changed a lot of them, so they don't linger. Like you don't have like the like the Landmaster just sitting in the middle of the stage just one-shotting people anymore, or like anything else that just sits in the screen for a long time. Most of the they changed all the Final Smashes to be really quick now. So
yeah, I mean, Baby Bowser's is still like the paint axe, but
yeah. But it's just really, it's interesting. I'm curious to see how that goes. Also, the fact that you can like choose 2 stages that'll switch between the 2 of them, or there's like, what is it, like 100 stages or something?
Yeah, some scene number like that.
And you can turn hazards off, so you can use any stage now.
Yeah, no, that I actually kind of like. I also, maybe this is just for me, and it's my old school brain of like when we would do the tournaments or something. But it's that mode where it's like the tournament mode, but you have to pick a different fighter each round. Yeah,
every round you have to pick a different fighter. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. Like, there's a ton of play options, like tons and tons of them. Like freaking coin and like the health one. That's like their standard modes now. You can save mode settings. So like if you have like a certain stock configuration you like, plus like a time configuration, you can save that. Yeah. Into like different profiles, which is ridiculous. Like this, they're like making it. No, I was saying to Chris, I was like, "Is this the last Smash? Are they not making anymore?"
It's almost gotta be after this. I feel like.
Like, how do they top this? I don't think they can.
Yeah, I mean, what if the game's like as busted as Brawl, just like tripping his back?
Oh my, I don't think that'll be a thing. I would be really surprised. Also, the freaking practice tool, they literally shows like arcs and stuff depending on health values and nonsense. Yeah, per character. Cool. Like, what is happening? Yeah, this game is insane. This game is crazy.
Yeah, and everybody's in it. Sorry, it tied into Monster Hunter, like you were saying, because Rathalos is in it now too as like a boss. And there's bosses apparently.
Well, that's why I have a theory that there's going to be a Monster Hunter playable character solely because Rathalos there's a Monster Hunter stage and a Monster Hunter Assist trophy, which seems weird that there'd be that many things for a non-playable character.
Well, I mean, like Shovel Knight's an assist trophy, and I thought for sure he was in.
There's no Shovel Knight stage, though.
True.
They showed off a Monster Hunter stage where the Rathalos can show up and start messing your crap up.
Yeah. True. But
like,
anyway,
maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a chance. Like, just it'd be interesting to see like a Monster Hunter character where like each one of your B attacks was like a different item you could use from the Monster Hunter game, or like each one of your smashes is a different weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I'd believe it at this point for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, the fact that the one that gets me is Snake being back. I'm just like, okay, anybody can be in this game.
How do they convince Konami to bring anything? And Konami sucks.
Yeah, but
like they brought Snake and Castlevania into the game, which I'm really surprised about.
Yeah. No, just ooh.
Maybe that can give me my hopes for a Castlevania for Switch. That'd be something.
Yeah, hopefully.
That'd be nice. But I know it's off topic, but no, it's a good I think that'll be a good investment, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, Switch is a lot of fun. You should get Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well.
I might. I really want Octopath, so I think I'm gonna
get that. I hear that's good. I haven't played it, but
have you gotten the demo?
No, I haven't. I should.
Yeah, there's a free demo where you can play 3 hours of the game.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a lot of fun. It's weeb trash, but I know you, so...
Yeah.
You probably...
I know what I am.
But yeah, that one's a lot of fun. It's also really long, so it's get a lot of bang for your buck there. Zelda is amazing. Played the shit out of that. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, so that's like what I'm thinking is like there's enough games where I can get the bang for my buck.
Yeah, I think you'd like Mario Odyssey too. I think even though you don't like platformers, I think you'd still enjoy it.
Yeah, well, that just seems more adventure-y than like I would play it, but I wouldn't be like any of the speedrun platformers.
Yeah. You could just be one of those guys who just collects stuff.
Yeah, just play the game. I'm one of the guys who like plays it as like a 13-year-old. Like I like to play the Mario game.
I'm Mario Man. But yeah, what have you been up to, Dan?
Yeah,
that isn't Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry. I derailed your Monster Hunter. Did you have any more praises to sing for the game, or?
The online was made by chimps.
That is the one complaint I've heard or I'll also see it when I'll be sitting on Steam and I'll just see like everybody's playing Monster Hunter and then it looks like you all drop at once or something.
Oh yeah, no, we've had it a lot of times, especially with Chris for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that, but he'll just drop for some reason. Also, if you make a lobby, the lobby will like close itself off randomly after like a few minutes. So like if everybody doesn't join really quickly, you can just have some people. The mission literally just won't appear anymore. Like the lobby won't just disappear. I heard they're looking into it. I would say that if that shouldn't. I would say it doesn't impede me that much because the game is just so gosh darn fun that I don't think that the fact that the online is shitty at times.
Yeah,
I know that people have been have been downvote training on like they've been like bandwagoning downvoting on Steam, and I think that's completely unfair personally. But
yeah, I think
I hate when anybody does that.
Well, and especially because on Steam, can you change your downvote to like an upvote?
I think you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay, so that's like the thing I'm seeing. Like, if they can do that, and it's like maybe get the publisher's attention. But
yeah, I mean, they've said they're working on it. I mean, I agree that I'm a little upset because they took 8 months and the online's still garbage. But
yeah,
like, which I think is a reasonable thing. But like, you should have seen the subreddit when this game came out. Like, it's like, oh my god, they're simulating an arcade stick on the mouse and keyboard. It's unplayable. Refund, please. Why did I pre-order this? And I'm like, why did you pre-order this? Stop pre-ordering things.
It sounds like you knew what you were getting into and hated it.
Oh my god, I can't run it at a constant 90 frames per second. Uninstall. Refund, Plox. Yeah. It's like, like, just calm down, people. Like, I get it. Like, if you want a refund, cool. Don't act like you just got stabbed in the fucking face by Capcom.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like, especially if you can just refund it, it's not like you lost anything.
Yeah, like, it's your fault for pre-ordering the game. Like, just don't pre-order things. If you're this upset by small issues, then stop pre-ordering things. That's all, like...
Yeah, the one thing I can say about the PC Master Race 2 is anytime they can't run a game at, like, 300 FPS...
I can't run this uncapped on my 4K monitor.
Yeah, it's just, it's that. I'm just like, come on, you don't need that.
Again, I get the outrage to some extent, but like, I don't know. Like, I think people are blowing it way out of proportion.
Probably.
Like the fact it's got like a 40% on Steam right now, and the game is amazing. Like it's a really fun game. I think it's just, I think those people. I don't want to be like those people are objectively wrong, but I think you're just like making a mountain out of a molehill a little
bit. I don't know. It's like I said, people tend to overreact to things, which actually ties into the game I've been playing. So, I think we talked about this a while ago. Okay, let me preface this. I still don't think it's the good game. It's by far the worst in the series. But Mass Effect Andromeda, I don't think deserves all the hate it got.
Alright, everybody uninstall, unsubscribe, do whatever.
Yeah, uninstall podcasts.
Uninstall podcasts from your computer, from your phone. Yeah, everybody send hate mail to Dan.
At dan@dan.danmail.com.
.steve, yep.
Yep, .steve. But, okay, no, so there's a lot, basically, so there's a lot the game does that wastes time, I think. It's all, so, okay, I'm trying to think of, like, how best to describe it. So, for one, it's a long game. So, I got more than my money's worth, I think. And I think, what is it the one time you asked me? I'm like, I don't hate all of it.
Yeah, I heard the open world bits are pretty fun.
Yeah. So that's kind of fun-ish. It's nice. It's like the is a Skinner box the right word, where you're just like can do things just for the sake of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that type of game. The side quests, I learned early on, there's a lot of side quests that are just there to waste time.
Right.
And if you ignore those, you don't lose anything, especially because I don't think that this series is going to carry over. Mm-hmm. So, like, in Mass Effect 1, where it's like, oh, you better search every open world to find these 20 Asari Matriarch ratings because it might affect the next game.
Right.
And, like, I can do that in Mass Effect 1 knowing that there is a next game, and that does have a tangible effect. But in this one, it's like, oh, you better find these 10 data pads scattered on this planet, and we're not going to give you a waypoint for them. And I was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Well, that was my main issue with the game, and I don't think this is an objective fault of the game. I think it's more just me as a player. I think I'm learning that I don't think I like open world games very much anymore. There's just too much game there. Like, there are exceptions, like Grand Theft Auto 5, I thought was fun. Breath of the Wild, obviously, like that is an obvious like thing. But like, I have a really hard time finishing open world games. I just can't. I just want to like finish games, man. I like linear experiences now. I don't know if I'm just like old or what, but
no, like, I 100% agree with you. And I think like a good thing with that too is comparing Mass Effect Andromeda to say Breath of the Wild in terms of open world. Everything in the open world in Breath of the Wild at least feels like it still has consequence.
Yeah.
Or like something tangible. But in Andromeda, like a lot happens and nothing feels like different.
Yeah, and I'd say like the open world in Breath of the Wild, to me personally, at least, it felt like I wasn't very incentivized to like complete the game. Like I could beat the game whenever I wanted. Literally, you can beat it right after you do the starting area, right? And like you just explore. You're just exploring, doing your own thing. Go get the sacred beasts if you want. Go find all the villages if you want. Get all the armors if you want. And that's the kind of open world game I can get behind, because I don't feel like I'm being actively punished for not finishing the game. Like, to this day, I still have not beaten Witcher 3, and I love that game. I think it's an amazing game, and I really, really like it. But man, there's just so much game there. I don't know what quests are good and what quests I should skip, because they all feel important, which is good on CD Projekt Red. They did a good job. But at the same time, like, shit, dude, I don't have time for a game this long anymore.
No,
I think it's the opposite for a lot of people, because people are like, okay, I only play like 2 games a year. I want a game that'll give me my $60 worth, which is understandable. But for me personally, I would rather beat 5 games and like get a bunch of cool complete stories, and instead of like spending $100 in one game and then maybe finishing it. I'm not really sure, because it's just like, I don't know when these games end. All these side quests there's just like, my mini map is full of a million icons, and I'm just like intimidated now, and I don't know of how much time I can devote to this game.
Oh yeah, no, that's completely fair. And I think honestly the only reason I kept playing Andromeda is more so to finish it. Mm-hmm. Just for the sake of like, oh, I've played every Mass Effect game now, except for like that mobile one that came out.
Right, that was with Miranda and Jacob, right?
I think there was like one with Miranda and Jacob, and then there was another one with some other OC do not steal. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. So I guess I had to do like the pros and cons of that game. The pros are like, the pros of the game is like, man, it had so much potential. And I didn't. Like, especially, I wish that they didn't try to cram the character growth of the last 3 games into one game, if that makes sense. Because think about Garrus from Mass Effect 1. Garrus in Mass Effect 1 is a stupid character.
He's boring.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
Him and Tali are barely in it. They don't do much, which is funny, because they're like the fan favorites, but...
Yeah, because like they focus, it's like, oh, Caden and Ashley are these characters, and then they don't show up in the second and third one, or they show up like twice in the second one. But then, in this game, they're just like, oh boy, here's our... Also, I think they just tried too hard to make the characters too unique.
Yeah.
Like in Mass Effect 1, Garrus is like, he's a police officer who's fed up with the system. And then he grows into a police officer who's so fed up, he becomes the Archangel.
Yeah, like he becomes interesting as I think that's really good character, because like same with Tali, she's just, and Liara. I mean, Liara's a little more important because of her mother, but like Tali is like she's just on a pilgrimage. That's it. That's all her character. She ends up finding something important to your mission to stop Saren, but she's just on a pilgrimage. That's it. And then like same with Liara. She's just an archaeologist whose mom happens to be important to the story. Like she's not even. Like, she becomes important later, but, like, everybody, like, that's I think that's how the characters are really interesting, because, like, they become important through stuff that happens game to game.
Yeah, no, and I think that's it, and
you get to see how that changes their character, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'll just kind of go through the cons list real quick, because there is a lot of cons more than pros, I guess I'll say. It's sequel bait's really hard for a sequel I'm pretty sure we're not going to get.
Almost positive we're not.
Yeah, like I know they are working on more Mass Effects,
but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a continuation of Andromeda.
Yeah, give me a side story in the Milky Way instead. You know, like let's play an N7 who has to fight on Earth or something.
You know what I would think would really be really cool, like a detective game set on the Citadel.
Yeah, I think either that or give me. Maybe this is just because I'm not a weeb, like a fanboy of his, but give us a Garrus game where he's Archangel for the year.
Yeah,
and he like cool. Has his squad, and it ends with the whole betrayal thing. Okay, other cons. Every time you have to go to a new planet, there's an unskippable cutscene, and that's stupid.
Oh, I thought they patched that out. Shit.
No. Okay, so if you go to a different system, there's an unskippable cutscene. If you go to a planet in the same system, you can skip it. But
okay.
Yeah, and also the dialogue is boring. The voice actors suck. I played it on like real low specs too, so I didn't. The facial like bugs didn't bug me, but when I watch cutscenes, they're still creepy and awful.
Yeah, they outsourced a lot of the animations to a Russian company, and they did a really bad job. I thought, like,
yeah.
Just like proportionally, a lot of the characters have really weird proportions. Like they have like abnormally long torsos and like weirdly short legs.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It's that and like Asari have like weird. They don't look elegant anymore. They look like weird round faces.
Yeah, they're not good looking. Like, and the new aliens they made are ugly. I don't think they look stupid. I don't know. Like that was the other aesthetically, aesthetically the game is pretty. As long as you're not in a cutscene, I think it feels like.
Yeah. If you're just meandering around. Like I said, the character development all kind of sucks. The characters were also one-notey that they tried to make deep. The biggest one, this one makes me, I think, the most mad, besides the sequel baiting, is where it can't exist in a vacuum, especially because they keep on dropping these little things to the original games. Like, you meet a character named Masani, and he's like, oh, my dad's a famous mercenary. And I'm like, okay, the only people who get that are people who bought the DLC for Mass Effect 2. And then there's like freaking you find some Cerberus scientists and they say, oh, we left Cerberus because they were wasting money on this stupid project Lazarus. And I was like, hardy har har, that's Commander Shepard. Yeah. And then kind of spoilers, but it's like a subplot thing. You find out that the reason that they were doing the Andromeda Initiative is because some people took Shepard's warning seriously and were like, hey, we need to get the fuck out of the Milky Way.
I thought that was like I mean, this is kind of a spoilery thing, but they also said that like almost immediately after that when they announced the game.
Yeah, but you find out it was like more so like not from like a settlement thing. It was like hey, we're pretty sure we're all gonna die.
Yeah, we're pretty sure the Milky Way is fucked, so we're leaving.
Yeah. And then like one of the last scenes has a Turian that turns out to be Garrus's dad, and he just like casually drops. He's like, "I hear my son Garrus is happy."
Wait,
working.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's like, so stupid. That's so dumb.
Yeah, and he just shows up, and he's just like, okay, I know Garrus said his dad had strings on Palaven in Mass Effect 3, but you can't just be like, oh, look at this, these are characters.
This is Garrus's dad. That's stupid. That's really dumb.
But I rambled enough. Overall, if I had to say, it's still the worst Mass Effect game, but if you look at it, and I'm going to say Mass Effect 1 in a vacuum, Mass Effect 1, like if Mass Effect 1 didn't have the 2 sequels, it's not better by a lot.
Yeah, no, I think
for different reasons, entirely different reasons.
Yeah, my issues with the game is I just wish they would have just made another like Mass Effect game instead of trying to make an open world game.
Yeah, I'd been fine even if like the worlds weren't like open worlds, if they were just like hubs.
Yeah, like make it like Dragon Age Inquisition or something if you have to, but like I don't know, like I feel I just wish they would have just like made it more mission based and like level based instead of like open worldy stuff. But that's a personal gripe. That's not really a complaint per se.
Yeah, no, it's fair though.
The character writing and the character models I cannot excuse. Those are terrible. That upsets
and the voice acting too. Like like there's a couple times that I swear you're a Krogan squad mate. I swear he has 2 different voice actors. Yeah, because half the time he talks like this, kinda like he's talking slow and cool. And then other times he'll just be like, "I'll have you know the Krogan are like this." I'm like, okay, buddy.
They just thought they could slip that in. Nobody noticed, huh?
Yeah, no, and it's like it'll be within like the same line. It'll be like 2 immediately like concurring lines, like just right next to each other. I'm just like, that sounds like a different voice actor. And is that the best take that guy could do?
Right.
But again, I almost entirely blame EA.
Yeah, it's almost entirely EA, I'm sure, because I think BioWare was working on a bunch of different stuff at the same time, so they kind of had to outsource.
Yeah. Outsource and then be rushed.
I heard the game was going to be very different. Apparently, they only had like a year to make the game. Mm-hmm. Like they said it had been in development for 5 years, which is not really true because they changed so much. Like they scrapped it a bunch of times and they had to make the whole game in like a year.
Yeah, but
which is entirely EA's fault. That's a very EA thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, no, Dan, we've been bad.
We were bad, and
we were bad. We had to pay for our sins.
We did. I paid my time. I served my blood.
Yeah, it sounds like you paid more than me.
Yes, because I also bought your thing. So I paid.
Objectively, you paid more than me.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want? How about I do my thing first? Because that sounds like. It sounds like you have some opinions on Iramanga Sensei.
I do.
So I played Honey Pop or Honey Pop. I don't really know how you pronounce it, but yeah, I played it. It's a okay game. You know what? I kind of hyped myself up talking about it because I was like, oh, I heard it was pretty good. Mother's Basement made a video about it. It's just really. Okay, it's a competent puzzle game. Okay, I'll say that it's a very competent puzzle game. It has more depth than I think it probably has any right to. I just wish that there was more story attached to it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like, it's literally you just bang the girls. That's the story. Like, I just wish that there was more stuff involved with that.
Type stuff.
Yeah, I was expecting more of a VN mixed with like a puzzle game, but it's literally the girls being there is more of like a puzzle device than like an actual like you getting their affection up so you can get honey points, and then you can use those points to get upgrades, and you get to use upgrades to win their stuff, which gets you money, and money. It's like a cycle. You have to balance a bunch of things, and every time you do a date, it gets harder, which I think is interesting. Like it's like if you try and spread yourself too thin, eventually you just won't be able to win any dates anymore. So you want to only pick a couple girls to do that with. But like it's just, man, it could be so much better than it is. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I think everybody just kind of hyped it up because it's like, oh, hey, it's big anime titties and Candy Crush.
Yeah, and I think people were hyping it up because the gameplay is more... It's better than it probably should be, which I think is accurate. There's more of a game there than there should be. But, like, I got bored more just because, like, the game is just... get anime titties. That's it. Like, your reward isn't a compelling narrative, it's just boobies, I guess. But, like, I don't know. Like, the internet exists. I don't really...
it's like, what's your point?
This game is making me work for it. Come on, what's going on?
I get that. That's fair.
Like, I mean, that's like... I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge fan of visual novels, for the most part. I don't hate them. I enjoy some visual novels, but, like, I just feel like I would have liked a story wrapped around this. Even if the story was stupid and corny and goofy, I would have liked it more...
sleep with these women or you will explode.
Yeah, or like you find out more about the fairy the more you eventually, like, spoilers for Hoonie Pop, but eventually the fairy becomes a dateable girl and you can date the fairy.
I know eventually
you can have sex with the fairy. You told me this. I didn't
love, yeah.
I didn't know this because I didn't beat every girl because I'd have to make a new save for that because I definitely wouldn't be able to.
Beat women anyway, Trey.
You know what? It's incentivized. Hoonie Pop made me do it.
But yeah, no, the hidden secret boss of Hoonie Pop.
Yeah, the goddess of love. I mean, again, it's if you can get it for super cheap and you like puzzle games and anime titties, then sure, go for it. I guess. It's just I guess consider me underwhelmed. I thought it was. It wasn't a bad game. It's just. And the voice actresses are really good, I guess. Like,
better.
Belly has the cutest voice actress ever, and oh my god, I just want to put her in my pocket. But
good.
Like she was my favorite girl solely just because of her voice actress, but
the rest of them just
they're like fun. They're good. It's good voice acting. It's fully voiced. I think that's cool. Weirdly enough, the gamer one is actually just trash. She's a trash lady for trash people. She's garbage. She's the worst one. She's worse than the Coke one, which is weird. Like,
we know what we deserve.
Like the Coke fiend, like bitch one is actually more fun to like. Is more entertaining than like the gamer chick. Like I was like, man. I went for her first and I'm like, oh, I can relate to this person, and I get there and like, man, she's just the worst. Everything she does is bad. Like, I have no sympathy for her. She's just bad. I wonder
if they did that on purpose just for, like, the people who would play it and be like, oh, I want that gamer girl. And then they're just like...
You realize that she's just
and then they just made her a garbage person.
It's like irredeemable trash. It's just like, oh, you know what? They probably did do that on purpose.
I'd respect that, actually.
Actually, yeah.
But speaking of irredeemable trash...
Oh, it's good segue.
Yeah, no.
I like that one.
So let's hear me out here, Trey. Eromanga Sensei is going to be the show in 5 years that they show to put a ban to justify banning anime or banning cartoons or like this type of like this is the reason that censorship could exist. I'm thinking.
Right. No, I agree.
And I don't think I'm exaggerating that much.
No, the Eromanga the entire concept of Eromanga Sensei makes me embarrassed to be an anime fan. Like it's just like I hate being an anime fan just by association that exists. Like, how come the author of Rurouni Kenshin gets fucking put in jail for kiddie porn, but this author can just do whatever he wants?
Yeah,
so he's like, oh,
literally write it twice,
twice with actual incest.
Yeah, with literal. Okay, the show doesn't get to the literal incest.
Oh no, but he's already done that once, though. He's already hit that bar. That bar's already been. He flew past that one.
But I do know because of the I read some spoilers for the light novels because I was curious about how much more this goes on. This series is still running, by the way, not the show, but the light novels. The brother and sister start dating. They don't in the show,
right?
But let me list off my complaints. There's too many scenes of lewd, literal 13 and 14-year-old girls, or 12 in some of their cases. Well, I mean, you don't see anything. It's like that.
I feel like that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's not literal kiddie porn, but there's like a scene where he goes in and she's just playing the piano naked, and you're just like, okay, why are we watching this scene? Why are these people? And it's stuff like that. The main character is just actual stupid, boring, trash person. He doesn't do anything ever.
Mm-hmm.
The little sister's character is so inconsistent too. Because at one point, like, not even from like she's shy and quiet, but has like this talent for drawing blue nasty shit.
Right.
But then she'll also like all of a sudden when like some of these people show up, she's just like, oh hey, play Twister so that I can get you in these embarrassing poses, and turns into like this masochist thing. It's like, okay, where did that come from? The last episode has probably like a scene that I actually felt gross at because they have to. Oh, okay, let's buckle in, Trey, and listeners. It involves too much discussion of them trying to draw a penis because none of the girl characters knows what a real one looks like. So it's just dumb and gross. And the only thing that I really like about the show, not even really like, I think I described to you, it's the oasis in the desert for the show.
Right.
is the ED, the ending song.
Yeah, I've heard the song. It is catchy.
It's catchy, and I like the scene of the girl dancing. Like, the more it plays, she starts dancing more and more excitedly by the washing machine. That I like.
Yeah, that was interesting. Everything else about the show just makes me want to die, but
and also with the ED, there's 2 times where like the other harem characters, whatever you want to call them, take over the end credits, and I thought that was really funny. Like, just the way they did it. I could go with less when they take over the end credits, showing me 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds in swimsuits. That could have not been in there, and I would have been fine.
Like, Japan star.
Yeah, like, again,
why do you gotta be weird, Japan? Can we just like I watched a video. There was a YouTube video talking about how like people were comparing Euro's Manga Sensei to Made in Abyss because it shows like 12-year-olds, but at the like, and it shows what's her face from Made in Abyss, like she's naked sometimes or like not very clothed. But he was just talking about the framing of the scenes because I had never seen Hero Mega Sensei, so I wasn't sure. But in Made in Abyss, the scenes are very just like, oh, she's naked, that's just happening, and that's it. Whereas because like it shows you all sorts of stuff from Made in Abyss. Like, I mean, obviously you see horrible, awful things happen to these characters as well.
Yeah,
so like, and
they get broken.
The characters never, the camera never shirks away from anything, even when they're, like, going to the bathroom and stuff. So, like, it's just supposed to show you, like, oh, they're surviving in this place, like, and they're gonna be put in situations that are uncomfortable. Whereas in your Manga Sensei, every scene is just, like, focusing on her butt. That's basically, or, like, down her shirt. That's, like, every single scene. No, and it's like, these are children.
No, and it's, like, just the way they frame it. It's, like, man...
Like, why is a scene with them just talking? Why do you have to make me uncomfortable with them just having a conversation? Like, why frame it like this? Why do we do this?
Yeah, it's... I almost, like, the other thing that gets me is, like, the show didn't have to have the incest element. The show could have almost been a decent rom-com if all the characters were 5 years older, 5 to 10 years older.
Right.
Or even, you know what, Japan, I'll throw you a bone. Make them 16 so they're legal in Japan. That's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
You can have that. It's not for me. Because, God bless America. And the age of consent.
Right.
But, like, make them older. And then just make her his awkward roommate or something. Or a childhood friend. They can still both have dead parents. They just had to move in together.
Right. Like, I just don't get what this author's obsession is with just being the worst person ever, writing trash.
Yeah, and I guess I also just don't get. It's like I don't get. I know, like, when it was airing, everybody was just like, but like, yeah, when it was airing, everybody was like, oh, this show is so bad, I'm going to jail. It's like, why did this show even get that much attention? It's not good. It's not even like train wreck. It's just like trash on trash.
It's almost like a shock value thing. Like, it's just like trying to get attention by being terrible.
Yeah. So, and I mean, there's the classic frame everybody's seen of the girl in 7th or 6th grade, I think, just saying, I love dicks. Everybody my age loves dicks.
I just love the meltdowns you were having in Discord while you're watching the show.
Yeah, no, I just was broken. It's just so gross. It's like anti my show, too. I don't watch rom-coms.
Right.
At least not weeb rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
I guess we could move on from actual literal trash.
Yeah. Other things. Have you been watching?
Let's do that. I've been watching a lot of things, actually. I've been on the Netflix binge recently.
I've been on one.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk. I mean, is it the same show I'm thinking of? Is it iZombie?
Probably. Yeah, it's iZombie. I'm almost
through
the first season.
Okay, yeah, I'm just about done with the second season. I watched a lot of it, and I think I told you my opinions of the show and why it's like, I think I described it was, I'm pretty sure I don't like this show, but I can't stop watching it.
Yeah, so I kind of have the same general opinion. It's not like 100% for me. I think it's funny. It makes me laugh sometimes.
Yeah, there's some funny scenes. I like the situations that Liv gets put into. I thought those are funny.
Yeah. Well, some of the, like, for those who don't know, I didn't realize it was a detective kind of show.
Yeah, it's like a murder of the week sort of thing.
Yeah, it's very, like, it's very much like Psych Monk.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very much like it's like I get a lot of Psych vibes from those.
Yeah, especially because the girl turns into a zombie at the beginning of the show, and she gets a job at the morgue for the police department, so she can get brains because she has to eat brains because zombies. And then basically whenever she eats the brain, she can see a vision of the person. She'll see usually it's how they died or things leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So she uses that to pretend to be psychic for the police department to solve these murders. But she also like absorbs their personality, so each week she's like this different person. Like I think I just finished the episode where she eats the shut-in gamer internet troll guy.
Oh, the fucking the 4chan dude.
Yeah,
the
/B.
/B, yeah, that was interesting. The game when they were playing a MMO, that was the fucking cringiest shit. But that was
the only thing I didn't get in that scene is why was she eating Doritos? Like, did she just feel compelled because of the guy?
Yeah, the guy that he's Mountain Dew and Doritos. Come on,
I get it. Yes, Mountain Dew Doritos. But
yeah, I see. Again, there are factors I enjoy with the show. I think a lot of my problems, and I think that I'm going to be unpopular for this opinion for people who like the show. I honestly think a lot of the B plot stuff is really it can be really inconsistent whether it's good or not. Like the side, because unlike Monk and like Psych to a certain extent, there's like a ongoing plot with the zombies going on.
Yeah, and that I could take or leave. I'm kind of with you.
Because I feel like it's very lazy at times. Like, I think I get where they're going. Like, they want to set up Blaine as being like this really imposing villain type character. So at the end of every episode, he's like doing villainy shit. But it just makes me think, man, these zombies are terrible at hiding that zombies exist. Like,
yeah.
And Liv is the worst one. She is the worst not zombie. Like, I don't get how. Like, there have been episodes where the police detective guy is. Like, she's just acting like a complete idiot in front of him, and he's just like, oh, I guess he literally won't even comment on it. He just looks at her, and then just keeps going. And, and it's like, oh, she acts different, like, every day. And that's kind of weird. She gets all these new skills every day. She took down a member of the Yakuza in hand-to-hand combat. Yeah. That's weird.
All of a sudden, she's a master artist. He's such a non-character for me. I don't know if he ever does anymore, but he just kind of for me is like, oh, hey, I'm here so we can so our show can have a fucking theme.
Yeah, he's a little more in season 2, but very much a not. In fact, they actually bring it up, the fact that how little of a character he is, because none of the people Liv and Ravi don't know anything about him. Basically, they comment on the fact that besides work, he doesn't seem to exist.
Yeah, okay, that's the one big prop I'll give this show, is it's so tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, very much. Especially I think, honestly, I probably would have stopped watching the show if Ravi wasn't in the show. I think him and Liv are amazing. Like, they have a lot of, they have a lot of really good chemistry. They work really well off each other. So, whenever those two are in a scene together is amazing. I just think it's just great. Those two are fantastic together. Those actors should high five. They're really good. But I hate Major. I want Major to die.
He's an idiot. He's the fucking, at least where I'm at in season 1, he's the fucking I accidentally looked at a spoiler for him in later seasons, and I'm wondering how he gets there, but
I mean, I don't know. There's I'm only on season 2, but I think he's actually worse in season 2. In fact, I will say it. I think he's just straight up worse in season 2 than he is in season 1. I just wish they would kill him. Just please kill that character. At least in season 1, he has some badass moments toward the very last 2 episodes of the season.
I was gonna say, so far he's gotten bodied, decided it'd be a good idea to break into a dude's car in the middle of broad daylight sit in it.
He just does the weirdest shit, all the time. Idiot. I don't get it. He does it makes no sense. Everything he does makes no sense. He just, puts himself in stupid danger, just for plot convenience sense, and I don't really get it. He has, a one moment at the very end of the season that is interesting. I won't say what it is, but he does something, and then he immediately ruins it the next season. Episode 1 of the next season, he just ruins it and just makes himself a crap character. And, he's... he has, moments where he's, you can tell they're trying to make him a better character, and then, he just ruin it more. He's just really bad. I want them to kill him. I wish he just was out of the show. Like, I'm assuming he's just, like, supposed to be eye candy for the female viewers or something, but, like, I just don't. He's just a bad character. Like, I just wish they would replace him with someone else.
No, he's just the tie to her old humanness.
Oh my god! Why can't they just keep like keep the British zombie around? I don't know. Like, do something.
Yeah. I wish he could have just stayed.
Like, you got past that part, right? Where stuff happens.
Not yet, but I know it does happen.
Okay.
I know what happens to him.
Okay. Yeah. There's I think that it's a I would give it like a 7, but like it's a very bingeable show. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's very like, it's so tongue in cheek and so like low effort. Like, you don't have to like engage your brain very much to enjoy the show. So like, if you're just like it's a good, literally what I do is I just throw it on while I'm drawing, and like I feel like I'm not missing anything. Like, I can keep up with all the plot points, even though I'm not watching it or actively engaging with the show in any way. But it's still enjoyable for what it is. Like, I did the same thing with Monk back in the day. Like, I really like Monk, but like, I could pay attention to maybe 20 minutes of every episode, if that, like 10 minutes of every episode, and still get like the entire plot of the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Other show I watched, though, which is one that you wholeheartedly didn't recommend, was A Good Place.
Yeah, I'll hold by it.
It's okay. I think I liked the premise so much that I kept going. I finished it. I finished season 1. Season 2's not on Netflix right yet, but there's a funny parts to it. But man, I just wish it just would get out of the whole like pop culture thing. Like, I wish they would just like stop making references to things. That's what really holds the show back, I think, is characters will make like random pop culture references constantly, and I don't even understand how that makes sense anymore, because they're not even on the real world. Like,
yeah.
Even the fucking what's his face? The guy, the leader of the town. He'll make pop culture references, and I'm like, how do you even know what these are? You don't even live. You've never lived on Earth. There are jokes constantly about how little you understand about humans, but then they're like, oh, but Rihanna's perfect. That's why she's an extra special plus one. It's like I'm just like, man, what? Stop. Just stop. I don't want to hear about how the monk guy loves Ariana Grande anymore. Please stop. You're dating this show so bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, it was too network sitcom, and I know there's the twist at the end of the season that supposedly makes it a lot better for people, and for me, that almost makes it stupider.
I think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If that makes, like, I think the twist doesn't make a ton of sense, but I think it does make the show more interesting, I guess. Like, I think there's more to work with the season 2 because of the twist than if they had just kept going with the current setup, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that.
What was I gonna say? I think that the main 2 characters are really good. I like them. I like I like them on screen together. They're really interesting. I think the British lady can go die. She's the worst character. I hate her.
Like, actual, just literal hate.
I mean, she's pretty. Like, she's really hot. That's cool, but like, I guess...
And that's the only positive.
Every character likes to talk about it nonstop, so you can't help but notice, but she's just... Man, she's insufferable. I don't like her character very much. There's a lot of inconsistencies with the technology, which is a really nerdy, stupid thing to be complaining about, but, like, there doesn't seem to be surveillance in heaven. Like, what is that? How is your god guy, Isn't
God literally supposed to be omnipotent?
Yeah, like, how is the guy who made the village that you're in not omnipotent? Like, even just going by the twist, like, the twist would explain some of the things that they do that end up getting away with, but it doesn't really, because there's definitely things that he should know about that he doesn't. They just don't see, like, how is technology worse in heaven than it is in the real world? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just, like, a lot of really weird inconsistencies. The little robot they can call all the time.
Oh, yeah, fake Alexa.
Yeah, fake Alexa. Her rules are super inconsistent. Like, she literally just does whatever the plot needs her to do per episode.
Oh yeah.
And is again super stupid reason to be upset with the show, but like there are legitimate plot points that don't make sense just because they don't have any like there's no grounded reality here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just really weird. I do enjoy, like, again, there are things I enjoy about the show, mostly with like the main character being the worst person. I think that's really funny.
Yeah, I do.
Like her and the monk, I think, are really funny just because they're really bad people. But like every flashback, it just makes them worse and worse. Like they're irredeemably bad, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I kind of get that. Some of the jokes just wore on me. I know I already told you the what did they fork instead of
they say fork because they're not allowed to swear, so they say
which is a good way to get around the workaround of like network television, but that joke just wore on for me too much.
Yeah, I just tuned it out after a while, so I just stopped paying attention to it. Yeah, again, I would it's again I more ratings on things. I think that I'd give this one a 6. Like it's watchable. I hope season 2 is better. Like I see potential in the show. That's what really upsets me, is that I think there is potential in the show. I just wish, one, no more pop culture reference. Just stop it. Just don't do it anymore. It's like such a network thing. Like network executives are like, oh, this person's popular. Throw a reference to them in there. Like just stop doing that. Don't do it. Like make your rules more consistent. It'll make the story better, I promise. Like if you have established rules, even simple ones, then the story will be a lot more palatable. And like, yeah, I think it has a good framework. I don't like it, but I think it has potential. And then I know there's a season 2 and I haven't seen it, and I haven't heard it talked about, so maybe it'll get better.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't hold your breath.
I probably won't. It's a network sitcom, like you said. It probably doesn't get better. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, we can squeeze in one more if you want.
Okay, I'll be quick about it. I watched the first season of Atlanta.
Oh, I've only heard good things. How was it?
Yeah, that's Donald Glover's show. Season 2 apparently was on Hulu, but I just missed it when I watched it. I watched the whole thing in a day. It's not super long, but it's like 10 episodes, and each episode's a half an hour. I really like it. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, because it's about rap. Like, it's because, like, the main character, was it Mailman? Paperboy. Yeah, Paperboy is he's like a bad character on purpose. Like, he does things that are just not good a lot. But man, that show is just so weird. I love it. It's funny, but at the same time, there are just things that are really hard to look at and watch in the show, and there's a lot of things you can't explain that are happening. Like, there might be a supernatural element to the show, and I'm not sure if there is yet or not. And like, you really want Donald Glover's character to succeed. Like, he's just he's at a really hard luck. He's been having a really hard time, and like you can tell he's a good person, but like he has like some really bad things that hold him back. And you really want him to succeed. And man, the cinematography in the show is amazing. Holy shit, it's good. It's really good. Like it's a really good show. I recommend anybody who I recommend anybody watch it, especially as a critique on modern rap, especially.
Yeah,
like, it's a
which
really
Childish
good.
Gambino very much is a critic of modern rap, I'd say.
Yeah,
too.
it like the whole show is like framed around being, because like he's trying to start a rap career with this guy Paperboy, his cousin, and Paperboy is terrible, and everything he does is bad pretty much. But he's not irredeemable. He's just like he even admits like nothing in his lyrics are supposed to make sense or be anything. He's just trying to make money. And like it shows like he's not a very good person, but like everything about the rap industry is trash. Like they show like a bunch of other rappers appear, and they're like obvious riffs on other rappers, and like they're all bad, and everything about the industry is bad and stuff like that. And I think it's interesting because like the character isn't trying to subvert that; he's trying to play the game, but he just kind of shows like, man, modern rap is just a lot of bullshit. It seems like.
Which, I mean, it kind of is if you think we're in the age of SoundCloud rap and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just really, like, And it's not even like, and like a lot of people like Paperboy because he's supposed to be like an old school thug, and he's not really, but people think he is. Because at the beginning of the show, he quote unquote shoots somebody, and like it kind of puts on this like the air of like everybody else being posers and stuff, and I think that's really interesting. Like there's a lot of layers to the show. I think it's a really interesting show. Glover's main character and his like his girlfriend, quote unquote girlfriend. They're real. I think they're the best characters in the show. You really want them to succeed, and nothing seems to go right for them, and it's really, really fun. It's like an interesting to watch.
Yeah, no, like I said, the show looks cool. I can't afford. I'm not going to pay for Hulu to watch it, but
yeah, understandable. If it ever comes to Netflix, you should watch it though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I recommend anybody who likes Donald Glover and likes good television should watch it. So yeah, that's my those are all the shows I watched. I watched a lot of TV.
That's fair. I'll add on one more that I've been watching real quick. I'm about 3 episodes in, so I've already had like one of the big things happen. I've been watching Madoka, so that's something.
Oh boy! Oh, you've never seen Madoka?
I've never seen Madoka before.
Oh, you're in for it. You're in for it. Okay.
Yeah, I know what happens. Okay, I knew what happened in episode 3 with Mommy. So, because everybody has memed that scene to hell.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, the fucking "don't lose your head" memes and shit like that.
Yeah, don't lose your head. Or what's the joke? It's when it's the Madoka movie or the OVA or something. It's like, oh, it's nice to see what Mommy can do when she's got her fucking head in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a real gut punch back when I first watched it because I wasn't expecting it.
I think knowing it was going to happen kind of ruins it, but also I can just say that scene has so little fanfare to it.
It just kind of happens.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, good, she's fighting the thing. Oh.
Yeah, I really like that show mostly as sort of like a deconstruction on like the whole magical girl thing, where it's like they're making a deal with the devil essentially. I think that's really interesting. I like it a lot. It's not my favorite anime by any means. I wouldn't even put it top 5, but it is a good show. It really changed the game for a lot of like these like deconstruction of like kid genres trope things.
Yeah, and now you have Mahou Shoujo if you really want a deconstruction of magical girls.
Yeah. God, I need to watch that show.
you probably should. I've watched clips, so it's fun. I mean,
yeah,
it's nice.
I just want to get caught in the edginess of it. Just
wait, Mahou Shoujo?
That's the oh no, that's a different. I'm thinking of a different show.
No, Mahou Shoujo is the one where the magical girls turn into
guys, right? Yeah, they turn into big guys. Yeah, I'm thinking of the other one that came out in the same season. It's just like magical girls, but they're all super edgy.
Yeah, just edgy girls.
Yeah.
No, it's more so nice just because, especially this anime season doesn't have anything I've been watching. Yeah,
I've stopped watching all the shows. I'm probably not gonna have anything to say about this anime season because there's just nothing to watch. Like, I might go back and watch Cells at Work at some point, but that's it.
It's just been continuing shows, which is the second what is it called? Second arc thing, whatever. Of second core, that's it. The second core of Steins Gate Zero, which is
yeah, I need to watch that show. Yeah.
And then My Hero Academia is still a thing.
But anyway, we've been going on for an hour, so how about we wrap it up?
Out of here. Yeah, that was fun.
Get out of our house.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Nobody asked you here.
Oh God, why are you here?
Why are you in my house? I have dementia. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.